Not just share what I go through with this as well. Well, that's not good. All right, welcome back. This is about a RAM Promaster 2500. I'm doing the E-fans. They failed on me. Those are the ones that turn on every 10 seconds when you're idling. Removal and installation of these E-fans. This is what I have over here. I got this from Amazon, I believe. It's an A premium. Got really good reviews. My cousin recommended it. He put one in his, and it's still working great. Great price too, over OEM. So I'll be popping those in. I do have more RAM 1500 content. I do, a lot more. I got a cam install. I got core 4x4 race series control arms, a couple little odds and ends that I will be uploading soon. The weather's nice. I just finished the bathroom in my house. That took me 8 months. So stay tuned for that. Let's get started on these. The first thing I'm gonna do is take out these screws on this awesome plastic chrome front grille. Take out the 2 tabs on the bottom. They're on both sides. Just kind of pull those little tabs in there. Then just pop it up. There you go. Stick this over here. Our next step, we're gonna take this little shroud off. Screws there. This will now kind of pop forward. I'm not taking the whole thing off. I'm just kind of moving it forward so I can get the cross member off. These bolts in the cross member are 10 mil, and the Torx bit for these screws on the grill were 30. I also got radiator mounts here and here, and these are 13 mil. Everything's rusty. There's also a third bolt right inside there on each side. Yeah, you might need a magnet if you drop it in the hole. Cross member is loose. I gotta disconnect this intake tube. Promaster has their own little RAM intake here. That's kind of cool. Relieve the pressure first from the reservoir. And keep this hose up so it doesn't leak everywhere. The front one. These are coming right off because I just replaced this a few months ago. Keep this. Yeah, I gotta disconnect the lower hose as well. Hose is off. I'm just gonna let that hang like that. What I'm gonna do is try to move this radiator hose over when I pull this out, because it comes up, to avoid the labor in taking that off and putting it back on and having antifreeze everywhere as it is now. So here's the new electric fan. When mine burnt out, I think one of them burnt out, which was like the low temp fan. And the high temp fan, if it got hot enough, would turn on, but it is better to have them both working. I just wanted to show you where all the plugs are, because there's tons of plugs on this. You get a plug here, plug here, plug here, plug here, plug here, plug here. Now let me show you the harness. We have to unplug. There's also one of the lines that went to the reservoir. Right here, we got to disconnect off the shroud of the E-fans. That's all set, that's out of the way. So I gotta unplug all those plugs. It sucks when you have a split thumb too, which is extremely painful. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. It hurts, it's hard to use. I got one. Pushing the tab and pulling out 4. Now the big boys. There's a tab right here. You can push in. I hope it's just on one side. Yeah, it's on one side. Dirty and shit, but here we go. It's pretty clean though. Way down here, but I might be able to pull this whole unit up and do it closer to my body rather than stretching way down there, because it is tight and I got mitts. So what I'm gonna do is remove all these plastic ties that are holding the harness for the electric fans on the shroud. There are 8 plugs on this fan, 8. I have 6 off, and the 2 that are at the motor of the fans I gotta take off as well. But I'm gonna take off, like I said, all these clips so I can get the harness removed and possibly pull this thing up and take those ones out up here. All right, so I got everything off. This hose, there's like 3 clips. You just kind of pull and open up the plastic strap right there. See it? There's like 3 of those. You gotta crawl underneath to do the bottom one. Take this foam piece off because I might reuse that. There's 2 tabs on the left and right side of the shroud. For the E-fans, right here, you just push this in and then just pull it up like that on both sides, and that's loose, and it should come right up. There we go. Okay, there's an AC line down there. You got to kind of move over to get this tab away from it, and this upper little radiator hose as well. Move to the far left, kind of tight to get this side up. Without killing your radiator. And easy on the harness. You don't want to go stretching that too much. And now I have the plugs available. Much easier to unplug up here than it is down there. You gotta push those, then push the tab down, and then the plug comes out. Wow. That's unplugged. Here we go. The harness is now free from the E-fan assembly, and she's free. Look at all that room now. That's nice. So the harness is free. Hoses are up, they're not dripping. All right, time to slap this in. We're just gonna do the reverse procedure as when we started. So to make life easier, I'm gonna put those 2 motor plugs on now without damaging the fins of the fans. So I got the motor plugs in. I'm gonna take this and slide it back down. All right, I got that past the hose on this side. Let me go over here. Doing the right side first, gradually, then the left, and the right, then the left, back and forth till this thing slips in. You gotta get the bottom over the mount on this side. Yep. This is pretty cool. I got the left side kind of in and down and that way as far as I can. And then this tab right here, the mounting tab. I want to zoom in. It's almost like they designed it like this. See the tab? Watch. Look at that. And they angled. Look at that. Like, it's perfect. It's so tight, but it's perfect. And it slips right down. Nice. E-fan assembly all the way in. I just gotta kind of lift it up and make sure I'm in that groove for the bottom tabs on both sides. All right, I got it where I want it. There is a tab on the bottom that you gotta make sure that you're in the groove. And then the right side, kind of pull it. It's a little tight. This tab hits the bottom of this, just kind of, and then, bam. All the plugs are in. Now to take the cross member, I'm gonna take that, swing it over, connect all the hoses up for the reservoir, and bolt that back on. All right, make sure all your plugs are all the way in. I had a couple that I thought were in. They weren't, they're in now. Any plastic snappers that you got, harness clips, all of mine are broken. I actually have one hose clamp that actually didn't break, and one's better than none. I'm gonna probably do some zip tying here and there to keep everything where it's supposed to be. And swing it back over. I'm gonna leave it right here. I'm gonna connect all the hoses up to this reservoir because it's easier that way. Don't forget this hose that ran along the top of the shroud. I have it over here so it doesn't drip. It's back in here. Little grooves for it. Put this back And bam, like that. All right, that's all connected. I'm gonna line up the intake tube with this tube here. Slip it in. Pull this forward. And around that stud. Turn these. There you go. There you go. That's all lined up. Make sure these are pulled forward a little bit when it drops down. I just want to check to make sure nothing's getting squished or crimped. Install the bolts for the radiator mounts. Tubes connected all the way. There we go. I'm going to tighten that right now because I will forget. I don't know if you ever forgot to tighten an intake tube. I had a Pro Charger on my RAM 1500 and I forgot to tighten the intake tube one day. And I had no power. And I'm like, what is going on? That's why. All right, got my 10mm bolts. Going to mount the cross member back on. There's 3 on each side, 10mm. Going to do the top hole on the right side first because that seems to be the alignment hole. Cross members on now to install the 12 bolts that hold on this bumper / grill cover. A little overkill for my taste, but let's slap them in. All right, all the screws are on for that, and I'm gonna install the grill. Bottom goes in first. It's all the way seated. Grill's on. I'm gonna top off this coolant. I already put some into the reservoir. Just bring it up to the max level. I'm gonna run the engine at normal operating temperature. It's gonna go down. I'm gonna add more. I'm gonna put this cap, this cap back on. Wait for the fans to turn on, which they're gonna do when it gets hot, and make sure everything's working properly. All right, engine's getting warm. I have the heat blasting to keep the coolant flowing good. I'm kind of interested to see how these fans sound. The OEM ones were extremely loud. You also want to check for leaks. So far, so good. There you go, fans just turned on, they just turned off, which they'll do every 30 seconds because it's a Promaster, but they're nice and quiet. Not as loud as the OEM ones. There you go, fan replacement for the RAM Promaster. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. Pretty easy install. Took about an hour and a half. And I'll leave the link below for the fans on Amazon. Till next time, peace.